Near mint condition, the home of collected edition.
That cover's so awesome.
Absolute format is the best way to own this store. Time to empty those wallets and fill those shelves.
Welcome to Near Mint Condition, a channel where you can be part of a positive, honest community and lay claim to some comic book knowledge. I'm your host, the Astonishing Melanie, and today I'd love to do an overview of the Sandman Omnibus Volume 1 by Neil Gaiman. Stay tuned. Alright, so actually this omnibus has been in print since 2013. There is one thing they have changed, though, and that is on the spine here, the logo, they replaced Vertigo with the DC black label here. Even though it just says DC. But look, it's black, right? That's the DC black label. You get it? Alright, good. Flip it back around, and as you can see, there's no dust jacket. It's faux leather embossed with lots of texture right here as well. We've got this silver foil. And just a really nice color. This shade is gorgeous. It looks really nice on a bookshelf. I love how Neil Gaiman's name is designed the same as the Sandman title. Man, look how much bigger his name is than Sandman. All right, get it, Neil Gaiman. And, okay, let's take a look at this one. It's humongous at the bottom. But I think maybe it's the offset the size of Neil Gaiman, perhaps. I don't know. Anybody chime in the comments who's a graphic designer and let us know. Before I open this up and look at the artwork, just to give you a warning, there may be slight spoilers because I'm flipping through the pages. I'm going to try not to spoil anything major. You can hit the timestamp for a description of the build and the quality of the paper, etc. To skip story talk. Opening it up, we have black end paper. This whole story of Sandman is written by Neil Gaiman, story of the Endless and his family. And we also have a list of all of the artists that worked on this as well. Illustrated by Sam Keith starting it off, Mike Dridgenberg, Malcolm Jones III, Chris Bachalo, etc. A lot of these people went on to do other things. Mark Buckingham, P. Craig Russell, who works on recent things with Neil Gaiman, such as Norse mythology, and the iconic covers by Dave McKean. And let's not forget Colleen Doran. So we have the table of contents here with page numbers, which I'm a fan of, because, let me show you. You have only on the white something written like which issue number it is, but see here, you don't have a page number. In fact, let me just, here, page 17. There, now there's a number because there is blank space there. So I think it's terrific to have that because it's over 1,000 pages. And this is a really dense story with me personally having so many connections to different issues. Like, this makes it way easier to find a specific issue I'm looking for. The covers are textless, like this is issue 1. Issue 2, but you can tell which issue you want, again, by looking at the bottom here. This collects the first 37 issues in the Sandman Special number 1. This is a whopping 1,033 pages. Retails for $150. And like I mentioned earlier, it's been published in many different versions, box sets, trades, the Absolute, and this has the colors that are present in the Absolute, the recoloring. Actually, my husband and I did a video comparing the colors between the two, if you would like to check that out. If you're new to the world of Sandman, just a little quick synopsis. Sandman is Morpheus, dream, and he's in charge of the dreaming. At the beginning of this whole epic tale, he is imprisoned and he has to escape from a mortal who's been using him, as you see here. And the first, 10 issues, Neil Gaiman had to incorporate some other elements from DC and characters and such. It really starts, and it's still good, but it really starts to hit its stride when he gets into story arcs after that. Once Dream recovers his powers and even, goes through hell in order to do it, the first sibling we meet is his sister Death in The Sound of Her Wings. Death is my favorite character. In fact, I have a poster of her on my classroom wall. She's spunky and happy. She has the symbol of life, the ankh, the ankh, however you say it right here, and definitely has an interesting take on life and death. The next siblings to show up are Desire and Destiny. Later on, we meet Delirium, who is my second favorite. Because honestly, Morpheus, Sandman, Dream, a lot of times I don't like him. He does things that are not likable. He's not very personable. But gee, he's a terrific character that grows, and it's all epic. But it's not just this family of endless, who everybody's names start with a D. There are so many characters that come into play in the story that are so fleshed out and just terrific. And sometimes there are good chunks of time where, none of the endless are necessarily involved directly with what's going on with mortals. This does contain mature content, such as nudity and use of language, some perhaps difficult topics for young readers as well. I will say, though, I would let my freshmen borrow the trades and take them home to read. Just a couple. I could trust them, but I said, don't let your parents see this, just in case. Neil Gaiman draws upon many, many sources in literature for the story, such as we've got here Calliope. In fact, you can buy the annotated edition of these stories, and somebody's breaking it on down for you in there. But this incorporates, I know, some mythology from Egypt, this story with the cats. And as you saw from the table of contents, there's so many artists that work on this, so the art style changes throughout. I remember my husband when he let me borrow this, oh my gosh, so many years ago, before we were even dating. And he said, now the artwork kind of turned some people off at first. And I was like, no, I'm fine. And in fact, it adds to the tone. It has this dreamlike, sketchy quality to it. I mean, so many things that happen in the story are dreams, right? I feel like it's a treasure trove of, within all these panels. Each panel has such an impact that, golly, just the artist did such a great job. Nothing is wasted. There are 2 more omnis that collect the rest of the story, including Sandman Overture and the Death stories. Now to the extras. I flipped over so you wouldn't see the last page of the last issue in there. However, it says biographies, and it starts these paragraph biographies of everyone who's worked on this. And I don't know, but it kind of looks like perhaps they wrote them themselves. For example, for Daniel Vazo, he says, it says he sings great in the shower and always holds the door open for people. So I bet you he's the one that's okay, here's my biography. And ending with a little bit of art by Dave McKean. Let's take a look at the eye. Well, that didn't work very well, did it? Okay, here we go. That is a nice looking eye. I would rate it as, you can fit a hot dog through it. No bun, though. Hot dog eye. That's scientific right there, that is.
What? No, it's not.
It has sewn binding, and I think it lays open pretty well for being over 1,000 pages. You all, I highly recommend this story, whatever format you can get it in. I feel like no matter who you are, you're going to find something that you can relate to that inspires you, or you're like, oh, I know how that feels. It's just really empowering to find a story that you can connect to. And you're like, oh, wow, somebody gets it. Or it opens your eyes to things that human beings are going through. I'm really glad that my husband, in the past when we were just friends, suggested I read this. And that, as they say, is that. If you're interested in picking up this book, please check out our sponsors. If you're in Europe and you're interested in buying these books, definitely check out Walt's Comic Shop in Berlin, Germany. They have the cheapest pre-order prices, flat shipping rate of €12 for all EU countries, emails answered within 24 hours, waltscomicshop.com, And you can use the code nearmintcondition at checkout and get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order over 40 euros. That's Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ding!
CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online home for graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They have excellent shipping and prompt and helpful service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And don't forget, the CGN also takes pre-orders. That way you don't miss out on the hottest releases. And they are currently running a special promotion for you Minties. If you're a first-time customer, after receiving your order confirmation email, reply back to that email and let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way. They will then apply a free shipping promotional credit to your next order in the US. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more.
And that was the build, page count, contents, etc. of this omnibus. Let us know in the comments below if you own this version. How many versions of Sandman do you own? Do you have the absolute? You got the single issues from the 90s. I mean, just this classic story. I'm sure you could tell how much I love it throughout the video. We definitely own multiple versions of it. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, stay minty.